Hello, and welcome to the ADHD Gamer.
This is a note for my future self.
Yeah. I have to make a note for myself. If I do not make a note for myself, I will not know where to cut the goddamn thing because of the problem we had last time where I released a video and your wife made me cut the shit later. So I'm like, no, I am making shit for myself from now on. Goddamn it. Yeah. Anyway, once again, welcome everybody to the ADHD Gamer.
What up?
How is everyone?
I'm good.
Tired.
You might notice. Oh well, of course you are, Adam. You're always tired.
Fair.
So are we.
High
So
school
are we.
sucks.
Try having a baby in the house. We
Wow, you've already turned into that dad.
Yes, I am.
I thought Mike hit him a couple dad jokes to kind of put him in his place.
She don't pay no rent yet, man. I'm gonna do that. Just pay rent, right? Look, little, when you start paying for your living. Jesus. So, y'all might see some new faces here. We have a good family childhood friend of mine, Erick Feiling.
What's up?
You got Jonathan Franklin here with us.
Hey.
Adam.
No, I need to.
Or Adam the intern, as we call him.
The intern.
There you go. We need you to speak up a little, you freaking asshole.
Put the mic closer to your face.
Put the mic close to your face and just talk out of your nuts.
Talk out of my nuts.
Adam.
There you go.
So
so
Adam needs a pop filter for his thing.
He does. He does. How's everyone doing this weekend?
Good, man.
Good.
I mean,
Week, should I say? Everyone had a pretty good week. No solid drama.
no. Fantastic. Just a lot of work, gym, and then of course, going to do comedy and stuff. So I've been trying to get some gaming in. That's always been fun.
I've heard about the titty meets there, friend. I've heard.
Yes.
What's it about little titty meets there?
So it's funny. So when I go and check into the gym, I always talk about my pectoral muscles, which is my titty meats. And of course, so when I go to the gym, I go to a CrossFit gym, so I'm a douchebag. So when I was,
you're that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. And so I skipped Monday and I went Tuesday. One of the coaches was like, "Bro, we did a bench workout. You wanted to work your titty meats." I'm like, "You're right, coach, but I had to work late." So, but that's the thing, though. I think because he saw me do like some bench workout, I was like, "Oh, you're really good at benching." I'm like, "Yeah, I should just have a do-rag and a cigarette hanging out of my mouth, motherfucker." I look like I belong in a jail or something. The way I was bench pressing.
So Jonathan, this is the gentleman here that I learned that you could burn games for your original Dreamcast from. This is I've known Erick since the Dreamcast days, and he was friends with my cousin Perry and my buddy Jermaine, and they he brought his Dreamcast over and brought like a thick ass freaking folder of like just straight. It had everything in there.
I mean, you can fathom. I'm like, what are you doing, Mike? Why not just do some illegal operations like me?
So you're the one that started him on this fucking adventure where he goes out and finds all these games for fucking
That's
nuts.
what it is.
And the bad part about it, like, there was no modding to do. There was no modding to do through the original Dreamcast. Like the original Dreamcast, the original ones they released can just play burnt games. So I mean, I bought one on purpose for that reason. So
they've definitely jacked up the mod, the copyright protection on that.
Yeah,
that's what pretty much screwed the Dreamcast, by the way, because I think they could have hanged with like the PS, like 2 and GameCube and stuff like that. I mean, I think it was like decent enough. I think it had, on a technical level, I think it had more video RAM than the PlayStation too. So
I'm pretty sure it did. It also was one of the first ones that was starting to really get into the online shit too.
Yeah, so, I mean, it was. I'll tell you, their memory cards were like, I thought as a kid, their memory cards were so cool. Yeah, like they were so ahead of their time. Like, Adam, if you didn't know, Dreamcast memory cards had this little screen on it. I love messing with your age.
Yeah,
I love.
And
that's for that.
I carry around that little creature from Sonic Adventure all the fucking time.
Then Resident Evil Code Veronica had that's when you can actually see your health and everything. So you can look at the screen and we'll tell you how much health it has.
That stuff was so ahead of its time. I mean, it reminds me of the PSP. The PSP was so ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing with the PSP was the loading behind it, but other than that, right there was a very beautiful game console. But when I got an SD card for a PSP, is when I started enjoying it more.
I mean, mine's modded now, but This modding scene is crazy in my house. I think every console in this house is modded besides the
Not you.
I'm
you.
no, not me at all, buddy. Not me at all. No, actually, technically, my 64 is not modded. Just the cartridge that's in it is modded.
Nice. So,
I paid $114 for that. So,
yeah.
what's goddamn it? What's the thing called again? Oh, I got the EverDrive. What the fuck's it called?
EverDrive?
Yeah, it's the EverDrive 64.
And I've actually used, like, for me, I still have some like old games because I still have my Dreamcast, and I have PS3 and Wii U in the closet and stuff because I could mod those and everything, but I actually have a Raspberry Pi. So I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh yeah,
it's like a little $35 computer, and I just I reminisce with that instead. So I got my 2 Wii U controllers, and I use that to play some games. And most of the time, when I bring it to my family, like house or whatever, or like my brother's house, like for a family reunion or whatever, we just go back and look at some old games. They go like, "Oh, you got this right here."
It's easy to tote. I mean, it's easy. It's that tiny. So I mean, they're so easy to tote around and move.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jonathan's got one, and so do I. And
yeah, but I put mine fucking down because that thing fucked it up.
You think it's like old yellow or something? I put it down.
Well, I put that bitch down.
His that he bought from some people on Facebook or something, and they screwed it up. We're gonna have to sit down and fix it one weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, mine's pretty nice. I mean, I've got everything. I don't have. What do I have on it? I have everything up until probably. I got some PlayStation up until PlayStation on there. Probably original PS1.
I got PS1 and I think some N64 as well.
Yeah.
So and I tried to overclock it, but it just would just heat up and everything, so I couldn't adjust the clock rate. I think I don't got a good enough fan for it.
I bought an extra little fan that's about that big and put it in mine, put it in the case, and that thing stays so quiet and it stays so cool now.
Nice.
I haven't been that cool to upgrade to a Pi yet, so I just have the little PlayStation.
I was gonna say I thought you had one as well. You get you Adam. They sell a little fan on Amazon. I think I paid $8 or $9 for my little fan, and it's simple. And it plugs in. It's a very simple process where it plugs into. I just look it up online and where it hooks up to, and also install heat sinks if you don't have any in there. Install more if you do. Mine came with 2 installed. I installed 3 more to have a total of 5. And it's and I mean they're only that big, but they'll fit on the board. And once they do, dude, it works wonderfully. I think the Raspberry Pi 4s are out now. I think.
The 4 is out. Yeah, so they have 3 different models. I think there's I think a 1 gig, a 2 gig, and a 4 gig. So I guess for whatever matches your needs, but it does have a better processor and stuff. I just haven't seen a lot of the like the emulators and and stuff like that catch up to it yet. So I'm waiting for all that stuff to come out. When the software catches up, usually I always have like some version of Linux that will run on it, which is fine. But I'm waiting for the software to catch up for the emulators because that's what I mainly use it for and stuff. So
I use what is it, RetroArch or whatever it is. What do you use? I use RetroArch on mine. Or no, is it RetroArch I use? What's the one you use for emulation? Is it Retro? I haven't turned mine on in so long.
It's RetroArch. There's like
There's another one that's a RetroPie. RetroPie.
Yeah, RetroPie as well. Yeah, so there's Raspberry in this distribution. Yeah, RetroArch is one that you can also play games with, and then there's RetroPie.
Yep.
So,
all right, gentlemen. Well, let's hop into the news, if you will.
Welcome to the news.
So this will be welcome to the news. So if y'all didn't know, this is our 11th episode. We've came this far and tried to stick with it as best way as possible. So this
hiccups.
Had a few hiccups. We had a child.
It wasn't just you, buddy. I had a few moments too. So
yeah, that's true. And we'll just blame everything on Adam. He's the answer.
That is a great idea. Just so you know, from now on, Adam.
You take everything, buddy. We're the stars. You just look up the stuff. So this will be our Gamescom episode. If y'all didn't know, there's a big event over in Germany that happened this past week called Gamescom. Which if y'all watched that fucking opening night Jeff Keighley, like I did, you will know. I don't know if y'all seen the shots that he was taking at the ESA for E3, but there was a bunch of shots being thrown at ESA. If you go back and watch it, man, there's actually videos on YouTube of just like highlight reels of him saying a couple things, and it's like, we don't do CG trailers here, and different things of that and different things of that nature. And I'm like, oh boy, they're taking shots because they know it. I mean, Gamescom is bigger than E3 in size. It's not bigger when it comes to content. So especially with
the foot traffic is big over there, and they also have a lot more playable games, I think, too.
Correct.
Gamescom.
Yeah. I mean, everything they showed at Gamescom was playable. Everything they showed on opening night was playable. But I think they had small like drops of like the little small stuff. I think there were certain things they didn't have.
I think Death Stranding wasn't playable, probably.
I'm going to guess Death Stranding was not playable at all. I mean, we've only seen one play or one or two shots of gameplay from that, and that was one from Gamescom and the one not too long ago, which was just I literally think this is just gonna be a walking simulator, but we'll get back into that later.
Walking simulator.
Walking simulator. So the Inside Xbox and Stadia Connect happened first before anything. Did you guys happen to get a shot at those or anything? They were about 2 30-minute pieces. Honestly, they weren't. They were, in my opinion, they were underwhelming, and stuff it was a bunch of stuff that had already been seen.
It's more than underwhelming, dude. The Xbox one was corny as fuck.
And I think the Stadia one is weird because they like announce games. Besides that one but they announce games that's already on other systems. So
I feel like Stadia is in this. I feel like Google's in this thing where they're like, hey guys, we're here too, just letting you know. Hey, hi, we're like they're like the friend of the group that's just like being left out. Like, hey guys, we're here. Especially
hey guys, I'm new to the group.
Yeah, when they keep adding stuff like they added Borderlands 3. Hey, it's gonna be on Stadia. Well, yeah, cool. It's also on my Xbox, my PlayStation. I have.
And saying Cyberpunk was gonna get like, oh wow, Cyberpunk's coming. Like we didn't know that was already probably gonna happen.
Yeah, it should be simple because it's already on PC. So it should be a simple crossover.
Yeah, I'm quite sure they got some very generic like hooks to get into the Stadia. And my weird thing is like, I'm happy that somebody's doing something like that. I know that it could go the way of Google Wave or Google Plus or something. They're gonna just have it fall to the wayside. But it's cloud-based gaming. All you need is a controller and just a connection to the internet, and then you're good to go. But the cost of entry is what I really worry about. You got to pay like a entry, like you got to pay like a monthly fee. And then you got to pay like $60 for the game, whatever you want. So that's something to think about.
Well, they also have the free version coming out next year, and it'll be the Stadia platform will be free if you're okay with gaming at 1080p. Yeah. And like if anybody's like me, where I'm not a graphical whore, I can play it. I can play at 1080p 60 or 1080p 30 and be perfectly fine. I mean, I play at 720 30 on my Switch. So
I mean, I can do that too. But when a Black Lady got a 4K television, I need to bring that thunder. So, so I will be playing the 4K 60 frames experience. So,
I'm going to go ahead and tell you as soon as it comes out, I'm going to try it. I mean, I'm gonna get I'm gonna get Destiny for the first month, and I'm gonna install Destiny, and I'm gonna try it just to give it the little 1-2 and see if I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little taste. A little sample platter of visual goodness to see how I feel, and then if I'm not really into it, but I told one of my coworkers, he was like, "Oh, should I wait for the PS5?" And I'm like, "Well, if you want to, because I know the next generations will get around the corner." I'm like, "You can probably give Stadia a go." And it's going to be keeping up with all these newer platforms anyway. Yeah. So that was one thing for somebody that's not really like an avid gamer. They could use Stadia to just play games every now and then. Have that. Yeah, go ahead.
The one thing with Stadia being in the conversation, the one thing since we're on this conversation, the only thing that was kind of underwhelming about the Inside Xbox thing and about Xbox is about Microsoft's what's the word I'm looking for here? When you're going somewhere, they're showing up, should I say, at Gamescom? Yeah. Is that they had no information on xCloud. Like I'm fully in the fact of the matter that xCloud is going to be a release with Scarlet, and I was waiting for that because I was hoping they'd release the same time as Stadia because you got these people coming out. Stadia is the first one. They're like the first one to come out with this whole cloud-based streaming.
Yeah.
So why don't you drop on the same day to give them competition? But they might not see Google as competition because Google is Google, and they might shut shit down in the first 2 years.
Yeah.
So I know that's what a lot of people are worried about. Like with Stadia is, okay, I buy these games. Let's say I buy these $60 games on here.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in 3 years? Y'all shut this shit down. I don't have my games that I've bought or whatever, I mean, because, all digital rights are digital rights. You don't actually own the games that you buy.
Yeah.
So,
I've dealt with that, like old movies and everything on, like, I think it was iTunes or something. When I used to buy movies through that. And, I've dealt with it on, like, definitely buying like stuff through like Apple Music. And it kind of tied me to one platform. Yeah. So, and that's what's really bothersome. I got games on my Wii U that I can never play again, technically, unless I pull it back out because it's tied to that platform.
Yep.
So at least with cloud gaming, it should follow me. But like you said, Mike, if the platform shuts down, then we just lost those games.
Well, like you said, Mike, if it gets shut down, like they're gonna need the motivation like Microsoft had when they went to Xbox. We're probably not gonna win this war, but the next generation will do better. We'll make money. That's
I think so too.
Where they need it.
That's why I'm thinking they're not, because they haven't released any info on xCloud, and it was supposed to drop in October, which is now 2 months. Mm-hmm. So I fully believe that unless they just come out randomly and do a Nintendo Direct type thing and be like, hey, we decided this drops next week. Then sweet, okay, that would surprise everybody, and it would be cool to do, but. Until that, I'm going to go ahead and say I fully think it's gonna drop around Scarlet time next year.
There's been a trickle of information, videos. Like Phil Spencer had an interview,
but it
wasn't enough.
When you said Phil Spencer, like it reminds me, he's been on so many podcasts recently doing interviews, and I love Phil Spencer. I love the shit he says. I mean, you can tell that he's the first CEO where I'm like, this motherfucker actually cares about us. It's almost like your first manager or supervisor that you care about. You're like, fuck, you might actually care.
Yeah, he's gonna bring pizza if you're working late. That's what I like about it.
He's gonna bring me ice cream when I'm doing well at work.
That's your little pat on the back. Go like, Mike, you're doing good.
He's gonna know my name. That's this is the type of dude he is, like, because just the shit he announces, man. He says shit on camera, like he was talking about xCloud. He's straight up. He ain't like Stadia where they're trying to sell it, or like Google trying to sell Stadia to you. It was simple. xCloud might not be for you. You might try it. You might not like it. It might not be for you. You may, but if it's not, guess what we have for you? This console that you can go buy. Simple process. Bam. I love that. I mean, that's one thing I love about Phil Spencer.
I think that they realize they're gonna have to do like a kind of a gradual move towards the cloud. So they realize they still have to have some form of hardware.
It's going to come.
Yeah, I mean, it's bound to happen.
It's bound to be the future. I mean, I'm still hoping we in that Ready Player One future. That's the future I want.
VR is getting close. We testing it at work and everything. We have an Oculus at work that we doing a project and it's pretty good. It's like
the have you played around? I mean, it's off topic, but have you played around with Oculus Quest yet? Or
I have not. That's the one I was waiting. That's the one I really want.
That's the one I wanted. That's the one I want to play. That's the one that Jonathan. I don't know if you remember. That's the one that has no wires. That's the one where you're walking around with and I love that because people say it's really good. It's just not. It's not a massive powerhouse. I still have yet to play a game in VR.
Well, come to my house, dude.
I don't know if I can do it, dude. I can't watch 3D movies. If I watch 3D movies, my head is fucking like killing me.
I'll give you that. Now I don't have a powerful one. I have PSVR, but still, it's fun.
It's still one of the better ones from what they're saying. I mean, it's
good.
Powerful.
It's good. It's got a lot of great visuals in there, especially that there's that horror asylum game that I played on. It scared the fucking piss out of me. I don't want
to do with that.
Well, I know. I got Resident Evil 7 there too. So
I definitely don't want nothing to do with that.
I don't want nothing to do with it either. Yeah.
Oh my god. I have not even put it in my fucking console yet, just because I'm sure I'll shit my fucking pants. I've already beat the goddamn game, so
that's what I'm saying. I beat 7. It was a long road.
It was. It's a great game. Great game.
I don't want to with that. I mean, you
play it in the dark.
If you got Moss or Astrobot, I'll hop on with you. But that's about all I got. All I got for you.
I will say after 15 minutes is my head does start to hurt a little bit. I gotta put it down, and
Well, they say when you're in the VR scene, I mean, it's you can only stay. You should only stay in 30 to 40 minutes or so because. And see, I just I know when we go watch a 3D movie, when I come out, my head is blasting. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm just like, man, if I can't do that, then I'm not gonna be able to do this. Adam, you were saying something, and you were cut off.
That was my problem with VR is my glasses. It's because I can never either if I wear them, I can't see. It's too blurry, and if I take them off, then I can't see because it's too blurry.
Oh, so you don't have contact lenses?
I don't. I have two astigmatism, so they're too thick. So I can only wear them for about 30 minutes, and I gotta take them out.
So you're a real nerd. That's great.
Yeah. And I'm just kind of stuck in this.
His shit's like a stick.
Look at his glasses fog up when he sees like a girl booty or something like the anime.
Oh God! I want to apologize real quick. I have like some major lag, so if I'm cutting in and cutting you guys off, I'm really sorry.
That's all good.
Fine. I mean, I think I did read up on the Skype thing. The more people you hop in, the more lag you have. That's the thing. That's the thing I thought was weird because I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not internet connection based. Like, no, it's actually the more people that are in Skype in video. You can have 50 people in a goddamn video call. Like, I thought it was super I thought it was just cool information to know. I did not know Skype you could do like 50 people in a damn video call.
Yeah, that's great.
Because I had to check because Discord only allows you for certain. Me, Jonathan, Adam tried to do a call in Discord one day, and you can't do a 3-person call or video call in Discord. You can only do a 2. So.
If we're gonna keep doing this kind of stuff, we need to find a better platform. But at the moment, this is working.
I think Skype is good. Yeah, I mean, even then, you could probably look at what YouTube is doing, but still, then I think for now, but even when I do the podcast, we go with Skype. It's more.
I mean, Skype is, especially since they've done the whole recording thing, and it's worked pretty good. I mean, the whole recording inside feature now, it works better. Last week we had some hiccups because my mic kept cutting out, but I had it plugged into a hub. Dude, this bitch cut out 4 or 5 times because I had it plugged into a hub. I was so pissed off last week. All right, gentlemen, let's hop into Jeff Keighley's opening night.
Okay, sure.
They started out with Gears 5. Of course, everybody knows this is a Microsoft brand, should we say. This is the second one made by the Coalition, which they've done a wonderful job. They did a wonderful job on 4. They've been weird with how they've been releasing this. They came out and shown some campaign trailer. They showed more Horde. If anybody's played that, I really enjoy. That's one mode I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I definitely like to play some co-op with that. I got a buddy that I got him Gamer Pass for his birthday for like 3 months, and I was hoping that we could jump into that soon. So I think he might just still be able to play it at some point.
Oh, he should be. The characters this time will have ultimate abilities, and if you get the ultimate, which I mean, if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you automatically get the Ultimate Edition. You will get 2 characters from Halo Reach. They've brought crossover from Emile and Kat from Halo Reach in there. It's gonna be in Horde, and it's gonna be on September 6th for Game Pass Ultimate and September 10th for everybody else.
I really like the special abilities feature of it. I think that's really going to add a diversity to the gameplay.
So do I. So. I think I'm ready. This is going to be a Horde thing. Horde and campaign for me is what this is going to be, and I'm definitely ready to play some Horde.
Oh, hey, Jack as a playable character.
Yeah, that's
cool.
That's what I was thinking about. Jack was. I can't wait to try all that. I'm gonna try everything this year, and I can't wait. I didn't get into 4 like I should have.
I've been
definitely have the intern be Jack.
Adam, you're getting back since you're the intern.
Yeah.
I've been getting Sam into video games, and that's going to be a perfect character for her. Yeah. What's his name said in the beginning, he's like, this is great for people who want to play Gears for the first time and don't know how to play video games.
Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah, because they don't know how to wall bounce. There's no wall bounce. They just fly the fuck around.
Yeah.
Adam, you don't have Game Pass, do you?
I may. I game share with somebody, and I just steal all of his stuff.
Okay, so you can make them get Game Pass Ultimate. Because you're going to now review everything for us, so we don't literally have to do absolutely nothing in this job.
I can just sit there and poke and make fun of you. It's gonna be great.
I texted Adam in that conversation we were having the other night, and I told him that he has to review Dream Daddy, the dad simulator.
Oh, yum!
Oh, that's wonderful. And Adam sent me this.
Don't be raping your children, Adam. It's not good.
Yeah.
Adam sent me this. So I told Adam I wanted a review. Right, as soon as I told him I wanted a review, this is what I got.
I quit.
Daddy just came out. Dream Daddy? Isn't that the game that was produced by Game Grumps? Yes, in fact, Dream Daddy Inc. gets 10 cents every time anyone says the words Dream Daddy. Dream Daddy? Yes, Dream Daddy. Dream Daddy. Dan, are you asleep? I was just having a dream.
So this is what Adam says to me. I was like, no, that's not a fucking review. And I was like, but I'll take it. So it's now our avid reviewer. So moving on. If y'all, Adam, you may not remember this because of your age, but
seriously doubt he'll ever play this game.
Like, I know I joke with you about this one, but this one's for real.
I actually did play this back in the day.
Dream Daddy?
No. Yes, Dream Daddy.
Like, what, you like 3?
as we know, THQ Nordic has been doing. I love THQ Nordic, and the reason I do is because they're bringing all these older franchises back. I care less about this one, but they're bringing a bunch of these older franchises back, giving them remasters and dropping $400 price tags on them. And $400 special editions of fucking a bunch of them that are coming out. So Comanche is being made by Nuclear and published by THQ Nordic. They didn't really show much. I mean, it looked like, is it multiplayer combat, all PvP, PvE?
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah, I mean,
the whole trailer was just helicopters flying. Like,
I mean, they started showing the fan, and I was like, "Is this a sleeping simulator?" Like, well, what? Like, I don't understand why you're doing this fan. And then I noticed, like, okay, and then they're like Comanche. And a buddy of mine I got at work was like, "Hey, man," and he's big into watching this. She's like, "Hey, what's that Comanche game?" I'm like, "No, that was Comanche. that's a helicopter game."
Comanche.
Yeah, back.
Get so it right, bitch.
They dropped that. This next one, Jesus, Adam is so fucking hype about.
Adam, we were talking about it. Adam, and he's just like, oh.
I'm not even thinking about this one. Go ahead, buddy.
So, one of my favorite series for many years now has been Need for Speed, and they announced Need for Speed Heat.
Need for Speed Heat's been announced, by the way. This was just following.
Yeah, I guess they've sold more stuff. They went into detail.
I was so excited when I saw this trailer because it reminded me of like Underground 2 days.
Yeah.
Underground 2, and with a little bit of like Forza.
You could see that. After I rewatched the trailer, after you said something about Underground, because Underground was my favorite Need for Speed. After you said something about it, and I looked at it, and I was like, okay, yeah, I do see the Underground features in this, and I do like it. The only thing that's weird about this is that it's coming out in fucking November, and we got, knowing EA being the most hated company in the world.
Fair enough.
They are. I mean, they usually have a very long marketing period for shit, and this is the shortest marketing period I've seen for games, which is not telling me much because Ghost Games has been developing the Need for Speed games the last 2 or 3, and they've been hated by people. And I'm pretty sure because a lot of the monetization games stuff, and knowing how EA is. But so they said there's no loot boxes right now. You can download a companion app called Need for Speed Heat Studio where you can design your car and avatar, which was cool. But it was like, okay, nice. Put a big emphasis on that when
there was only like 10, 12 cars that you could play around with. I went and rebuilt a few cars, but
this is why you review stuff, buddy. Good job. Proud of you.
But it was definitely lacking because Need for Speed, you have this huge collection of cars that you can play with, and just seeing this very small amount makes me wonder what are they actually going to be more with.
Right.
Kind of the old imports that you're going to soup up, or some of the newer hypercars that you can just stick with.
They might actually monetize that. They might like, look, we know we got like 3 cars for you, but you want this other one? Yeah, if they drop some coin.
Well, they don't have loot boxes. They're gonna have surprise packages.
Oh yeah,
or something stupid.
If you want these anime girls on the side of your cars, you're gonna have to pay us for that. But if you go to Forza, you can get it for free.
That's true.
So, wouldn't that be great? They start buying you have to buy other games so you can get these skins for this game, and oh my god.
Well, I think that's what they're gonna do, because in the companion app there was that secret car that you had to connect to the EA servers to download, which I did do because I don't have an EA account. So it's going to be something stuff like that.
Is it like an Origin account or EA account? Because I mean, I have Origin.
It's probably Origin account. I think that's the only EA account they have now is Origin. Yeah, they're trying to monitor or bring everything together now. So what's really weird about this is, and what pisses me off is that it's on PC, PS4, and Xbox One, which is normal, but it seems like the perfect time to bring a racing game to the Switch. Like the Switch,
I agree.
I feel like that'd be a great platform to be using.
For Need for Speed. Yes, I believe it's an arcade racing game, and I believe it's wonderful to bring that. But EA has already came out and said, "Oh, nobody will buy our game." Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you drop fucking Madden on Switch, motherfuckers are gonna go buy Madden on Switch.
I can tell you the reason why, Mike, and it's gonna be kind of. I'm a software developer, so I can tell you why. They don't want to port the engine over to the Switch.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So the reason is they don't want to invest the money in porting it over to the Switch. But if they did that, then you can have Madden, then you can have Need for Speed, then you can have Forms of Battlefield and that thing. But it's probably harder for them to port it to the Switch.
You've already brought FIFA though. That was the thing.
FIFA. This is a catch-22 about FIFA. FIFA's using the older engines from the PS3, Xbox 360 era.
Okay.
So that's the reason why they did FIFA. They're like, yeah, we got this. They upgraded some things a little bit.
So FIFA's not using Frostbite like Madden and NBA and all that.
So on the Xbox One and the PS4, they're using Frostbite. Okay. But on the Switch, they're using a customized version of the older engine from the Xbox 360 era.
Okay, I got it. Okay.
Yeah, so I guess that's all the technical goodies that I have to throw out there for you. So I'm quite sure that some CEO at EA that loves money is telling these developers to do it, and they're like, well, it's gonna cost a lot of money for us to port this over, and it's gonna take a lot of time. And some CEOs like, we don't have that much time. We want money. So
yeah.
EA wants money.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that? I didn't even know.
They've really.
They're so fucking bad. I'm just making sarcastic.
Yeah, it's weird because it's one of those trade-offs they got to do. They want this game. I would love to see Need for Speed on the Switch as well. They've kind of gotten them kind of burnt a little bit with the Wii U, obviously. So they're kind of worried about it. But at the same exact time, that's the reason why you see games that's made in Unreal and games that are made in Unity 3D are on the Switch a lot easier. That's why that's what we got Mortal Kombat. 11, and that's what we have like ukulele and stuff, because those game engines are ported. And EA should take the time to port the main engine they use for their platforms, because they use that for everything.
To me, they just need to get rid of Frostbite at all, because a lot of it. Frostbite works for certain things like Battlefield. Battlefield to me, I can feel a difference in playing Battlefield and playing something shitty like Anthem. And Anthem should have never been the Frostbite engine. It just from, and that's not from, I don't know anything about it, but just from reading developer things and reading how BioWare had to deal with that. Yeah. And to me, if that was how, which don't get me wrong, you understand you spend a lot of money on this. Now we're going off topic, but it doesn't matter. Going back, you spend a lot of money on this engine, yes, but now you're putting one of your main teams, which is BioWare, into something. They're going into a brand new intellectual property, going to a brand new IP, not knowing shit about this IP, not knowing what the fuck you're wanting to do, and you're putting them in an engine that they can't work in. They did it with was it Mass Effect? No, it was that Mass Effect Andromeda, and it was Inquisition, Dragon Age Inquisition. That was made in Frostbite.
And those games went over well.
They did. Well, no, Andromeda was horrible.
That's what I'm talking about. Andromeda.
There was some Andromeda, all right.
And yeah, definitely.
That was just the biggest disappointment. I played it, I enjoyed it, but
I enjoyed Andromeda for about the first 5 hours, and then it just started getting so damn repetitive, man. Anyway, we hopped off topic there, but I do believe
back to the Heat. It's still EA though, so yeah.
I believe EA needs to hop. EA needs to hop on a Switch, and they don't. That's not saying you ain't got to bring everything over. I'm just a bitch where I really want Madden over on the Switch. I do. That's just me, because I like to travel with my Madden. But anyway, bring I feel like they need an arcade racer. There's no arcade racer on the Switch that's honestly that.
Because they got mobile ones. You can find the crappy Android, dollar-based ones,
And I got MotoGP 18 on there, and it's okay for a motorcycle racing game, but you need some kind of arcade racer that's good. And Need for Speed Heat seems like the perfect one to try to bring over. And if you don't even want to bring that, port Payback. Port the Adam. What was the one before Payback? The last one.
Need for Speed.
Yeah, it was Need for Speed, but it wasn't Payback. It was Payback was.
It was, I think, just Need for Speed was the one before Payback.
Yes, it was, because that was the one that came and climbed with the boot.
And
so
I see what you're saying. That's a smart move. That would be a smart move to just do like a remastered version of.
Well, they had
the speed game
to see how it do. Do a focus test, if you will, and see how it'll do. Because I think it'll go over well.
Well, they had the Need for Speed Most Wanted reboot on the Wii U.
Not the same.
It was a horrible game, but you already had EA on, racing games on the Wii U, so it wouldn't be too large of a stretch to go from that porting it to the Switch, in my opinion.
That game made me so fucking mad because Most Wanted is my favorite Need for Speed game for the 360. I felt like the story, everything was really solid. I mean, granted, this was years ago, but still, it was a good game. And
you talking about Most Wanted from like 98, right?
360. Yeah, 360.
Okay. I remember the Most Wanted from
like early 2000s. Then, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the early 2000s being on that because I played mine on my PC a lot. I loved it, dude. That game was a blast. Yeah. All right, so moving on here, Kerbal Space Program 2 is getting a 2020 release. If y'all hear me pass over something you want to talk about, let me know. I put this one, if you didn't notice, this is one I'm really happy about. Little Nightmares 2, as I put it in the show notes, Little fucking Nightmares 2, because I am super excited about this. I love this game. It's made by Tarsier Studios and published by Bandai Namco. I love this game. The first one was a blast. I don't know if you guys played it.
No, I want to. Where is it on Steam or what? Where can I get it?
It's everywhere. I believe you can get it. I believe you can get it. It's a perfect Switch game. I believe it's on. Actually, I know it's on the Switch, and it's a perfect Switch game. It's a little platformer. This time in Little Nightmares 2, there's going to be, you got some melee aspect. There's no battling for you in the first one. It's basically just straight platforming, and it's kind of like it's puzzling, platforming, and trying to find your way around without fucking getting killed. Basically, Nightmares 2 is going to have like a melee aspect to it, and it looks like it's going to be a blast. I can't wait for it. I'm super excited. If you guys haven't played it, I fully recommend it. I believe it's on Switch. By the way, right now too, also on the eShop for the next couple of days. This is going off topic again, but I'm just letting you know. On the American eShop, Bastion is $2.99, and a game by Big Huge Games called Transistor is $3.99, which is a wonderful Switch game as well. Both those are on the eShop right now. Pick those up if you're looking for something to play.
I'm actually gonna get those. I gotta get Doom 3 anyway, but so I'll be gobbling those up tonight.
You know what's weird, y'all? I bought Bastion on every platform that it's came out for, and
I've played it once.
I now beat it on the Switch. First time.
I have. That's the funny thing that's with me too, because I got it like on everything. I got it on Steam. I got it on the Xbox, and I've played a little bit on Steam, but I just got to get to the point. And like you said, Mike, if I get on a Switch, I'm probably gonna play it because I can play it everywhere.
You can mobile it. I mean, that's how they can get away with that Switch tax. That Switch, like they say, the Switch tax is real. I mean, the Switch tax is real because it takes a $20 game, turns it into a $50 game quick, because now it turns mobile. Now you can take it wherever you want, and that's the thing they always get you with. That's why most time you just wait for a damn sale. You'll probably get it a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
like I bought my kids the Paw Patrol on a roll game. And it was like $40. Like, hell no, I ain't paying $40 for that. And it got it $20. Okay, I'll pay $20 for that. That's perfectly fine. Let's do that.
Yeah.
But, that if you wait on a sale, most of the time you'll get it. The problem is nothing ever goes on sale. That's the problem. Or I'm sorry, Nintendo ever goes on sale.
Yeah, nothing Nintendo. But I'm still waiting for Bloodstained Ritual of the Night to go on sale.
Don't get it on Switch.
Oh, really?
Get it on Switch. If you're gonna play it, PS4, or get it on
Xbox.
If you're gonna get it on PS4, Xbox, or PC, man, the Switch port has so many problems. I've heard so many people. Kind of funny Games Daily talks about it daily, and they talk how many problems it has. And Brian Altano from IGN was talking about it and was saying that he almost had to quit reviewing because of how horrible it was on the Switch.
And here's the weird thing about it. It got a lot of sales on the Switch. Like, they got a huge chunk of sales on it. I think it's probably one of the bigger platforms they got downloads on. So one would think that they would definitely look into that, to optimize it and everything for the Switch.
They may have. Look up reviews before you get it, is all I'm telling you.
Just all I'm saying. And one of my coworkers asked me about it.
It's on sale right now on the eShop. Okay. It's on sale. I don't know what the price is. Looking at Adam, give me a Bloodstained Ritual of the Night look up on Switch price for me on the eShop. I think it's on sale. It's not much, but it's dropped a little bit.
It wasn't that expensive in the first place. Was it a $60 game?
$40 game. I think it was $39.99. I think.
Yeah.
Well, no. Yeah, I think it had to be a $40 game because they didn't want much for it. But from what I've heard, it just makes you look reviews up before you go get it. Just
if they fixed it, because I remember when it first came out, people was complaining about it, and then they actually said it was going to try to address those problems.
$31.99.
$31.99 right now. $30.
Yeah. Okay, not bad.
It's
so
not. You might.
I do like you said. I might have to look at how well it runs on the Switch and everything, because I might have to just go to get it on like Xbox One, because I got Xbox One X, so I might just go back and just get it on that. So
it might be your best bet, but just make sure, like I said, look reviews. I just want to save you before you spend money on something.
Yeah, like I said, I like to play the games on the go. Like there's legit times where I would go out somewhere and I'd be playing my Switch, and then because I'm at like an open mic trying to practice my comedy, and somebody will tap me on the shoulder like, Erick Feiling, you up next, man. Okay, and I put my Switch down on the counter and go and just kill for 5 minutes, go back, put back my headphones, go back to playing my Switch. Mm-hmm. And I often tell people, I said, the only reason you see me out because I can do this. Like I would normally not go out to coffee shops or anything, because that's the only case behind it.
They hear me talk about it all the time, man, but the older I get, the more of an introvert I become, and the more I want to be in the house, and the more I don't want to leave, because everything I love is right in this motherfucker in here. So, I don't need to leave unless, you want to come see me. Let's go. You want to go to dinner? Cool. We can go to dinner, but I know I'm going back home in 2 hours.
Yeah, that's true. Story right there, man.
So moving on, Predator Hunting Grounds. This was announced a while back. It's gonna be a PlayStation exclusive from Ilphonic. These are the same people that make the Jason Friday the 13th game. And it's a 4v1 first person horror game, or not horror, first person shooter kind of thing, where one person's Predator, 4 people are. But they look like they had 4 people are the fire team. They look like they had some PvE in there as well, which is something new because Jason and all that these games don't normally have that kind of stuff. Even Dead by Daylight's one thing me and Jonathan play a lot. It's got a 2020 release. It looks different. They show gameplay.
Is this a scaled game? Like, is this supposed to be more like an old Xbox arcade game kind of thing?
After you said something, I didn't really pay attention to it, but after you said something about it, I went back and looked at it, and it does have.
It's gritty.
It is gritty, and it does look like it's an older.
It looks like an Xbox 360 quality game for me.
It does. The graphical wise, and it may be an old engine Ilphonic's using. I mean, Friday 13th didn't look that great. I'm not gonna lie to you. Friday 13th very looked like this too.
And the funny thing about that is, right? I mean, it's actually on the Switch. Yeah. Dead by Daylight and Friday 13th are both on the Switch. Yeah. So it's older engine that works. So.
Yeah, I'm really holding out for mechanics on this one and hoping that it's really going to be awesome. I really enjoyed watching Predator run through the trees on the limbs and shit. Like, if that's a major incorporation in the game, I think the mechanics will be great. It's just the quality is not as good as what I'm expecting.
But I mean, at the same time, it's what they always say. Like, if you're playing games for graphics, then you shouldn't be playing games.
No, that's what you always say.
I do, because I'm not a graphical whore. I don't need graphical. I mean, I can go back and play 8-bit games and fully enjoy myself. And I mean, dude, come on, you grew up in an age of 8-bit and 16-bit. Are you really telling me that you need fucking graphics?
I get that, but I mean,
we've talked about this so many times.
You played some of the
but if graphics have an element to modern games.
But Mike, let's be honest, because good and damn well, like, Erick, how do your girlfriend look? I mean, she looks decent. She looks all right.
She looks decent. She looks okay.
Yeah, I mean, I want her to look crisp and scrumptious at 60 frames a second. So
a man's got a point. I'm just saying.
But here's the thing about it. I'd be like, I do want, like what Mike is saying, I'm okay with the game having a good 8-bit or 16-bit kind of art style, a palette, stuff like that. But I'm also okay with games looking very beautiful and then also having a good storyline. I mean, like,
and I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to complain. I mean, if you put it there, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to put it there. But at the same time, if you give me something like everybody complains about, which I'll go ahead and go into this one now, just so everyone knows, Witcher 3, which I'm calling it Switcher 3, is coming out October 15th finally on the Switch, and people have been talking about it and looking at it and being like, oh man, look at that graphical difference. To be honest, it looks wonderful. I think it looks great because it's going to be mobile, because it probably took a shitload, and it's a miracle that motherfucker even touched the Switch.
Yeah. And to be honest, I have it on Xbox. I'm buying it again on the Switch because I know I will play it. I know I'll beat it on the Switch
too. I just got done with Witcher 1 and 2. I've never played the Witcher series. I've always wanted to. Played Witcher 1 and 2. I just got done reading all the books Thursday, actually. And listening, because I'm an audiobook person, listening to the books. And I am so excited for the show. And I am going to play 3, and I cannot wait. You know, I'm thinking about not even starting it. I have the Game of the Year edition on my PC, thinking about not even playing it right now. Thinking about waiting until it hits Switch just so I can mobile it.
Is this going to be like the first nudity on a Nintendo game, or like?
I'm not sure.
No.
That was my first thought. I was like,
you know how many anime games are on the eShop that actually have?
Yeah, but it's all like.
No.
Oh, they got some anime titties on there. I mean,
a lot of anime.
They've been really lax on it.
Real, like out there. There's nipples. Just talking.
Like high school DxD anime titties. There's a bunch of them on there. If you
in the game that came out that was like old school, that also the Xbox and Xbox One and PS4 that kind of had some titty gimmicks in there. And I mean, they've been ported to the Switch. You would see them. It's not a big deal.
Nintendo's horrible, but at the same time, there's so many parental controls on Nintendo consoles to where kids. I mean, once I buy my daughter this Switch this year, I mean, of course, there's gonna be parental controls in there because I don't need this little hoe going to buying a bunch of random games that looking at my card and being like, Addison, what the hell are you doing, child? So it's in Nintendo, I think, is very lenient on certain things. You know, there's some the gaming industry is revised around parental control, especially now with Fortnite being a big thing of the monetization and kids just throwing money out off their kids' or parents' cards without knowing it.
Fortnite, I don't know if I told you this, but I got my little one Brent into Apex, and now I'm hearing him screaming from across the fucking house. John, I got a fucking kill. Good for you, man. Good for you. I remember when I enjoyed getting those kills every day.
You got more than me, buddy. You got more than me. Good job.
Yeah, trust me. Yeah.
I'm contemplating letting Addison play Fortnite when I get the Switch Lite. I mean, Fortnite's nothing. It's my mom let me play Modern Warfare when it came out, so I mean,
you turned out fine.
I was like 6 and I had Doom, man. Like,
bro, I was playing fucking GTA 3 or GTA 3 on Jermaine's PS2 when I was like 7, 8, 9. I mean, whenever that came out, you know, I mean, Adam was probably 2.
It's all about teaching them morality.
Adam wasn't born when he was playing the Grand Theft Auto on my PC. You know, and that was like my friends. My pro-dominant black neighborhood going, oh, I could really actually cause violence. Like, yes, Dedrick, go ahead and release your wrath.
Good stuff.
So real quick, going back to the nudity thing, I just looked it up. So there was a game that was released on the Switch. It was an old Sega port, the Super Real Mahjong, and they apparently added light beams to cover up the nibular area.
Yes.
And they pulled the game.
Really?
They pulled it to patch everything. So
Because
I don't.
Nintendo said put those titties back in there. They was like, oh, the titty was there first.
But
they pulled it to correct it. So I don't know what they're gonna do with Switcher.
If you go to the there's no way they can get away with that, dude. The Witcher, it's part of the game. I mean, I hate to tell you, but Geralt is a sexual beast. That especially when you read these
sexual beast. You're so dumb.
The man has a sexual appetite.
That man has a massive sexual appetite. When you fucking, I'm serious. Like, the games don't show shit. Read the goddamn books. Like, the books, and he is fucking everything that walks. Like, this bitch ain't playing. Like, Geralt don't play.
Like, he's like magic dicking him. Like, oh yeah, all right, we're done.
It's just bam, fucking you. Come here, bitch. Like, I'm getting. That's like a massive part in that game. I feel like because of the rating, like the rating system on there, I don't think it should be a problem. I mean, it's obviously a thing to where it's like, hey, this is mature.
Kids should be playing this. Yeah, I mean,
it is a rating thing, but also it's Nintendo, and they're very kid oriented.
But they used to, like, the weird thing that changed a lot, because I remember, I'm quite sure we all remember the Super Nintendo days when Mortal Kombat 2 came out and 1 came out. And they had to do a big change when people was like, I'm just gonna get it on Sega Genesis because they got blood on them.
They got blood, yeah. That's the sweat. They did the sweat release. I was hoping they would bring those old ports back to the Switch and put sweat in it again.
That would be nice. I mean, but that was
I would go back and play it just for the sweat.
By the way, Adam the intern, way to go for being proactive there, buddy. Yeah,
I know. Very proud of you. See, this is why you're
one less slap you're getting.
I know. Look at that. Yeah. The moment like Mike said titty, you was already googling it.
I like that. I like how you thought about that. Good job, buddy.
Googling titties, or he's like, oh, I should put Nintendo in this.
The first search wasn't good, but the second one.
Yeah.
Titties.
Nintendo titties. Whoa.
Show Mario Luigi with his tits.
Mario got a breast augmentation.
Is that Kirby and his wow?
Yeah.
Oh, that picture I think.
Jeez.
Jeez, did they have like Nipplegate with Mario when they showed him like Mario Odyssey? We did the shirt off. People like Mario has nipples, and people went all crazy about it.
They're doing a thing right now where Wario has nipples. Like it's a thing right now where because the two buttons on his fucking thing. It looks like nipples.
The whole time that was nipples. I'm fine with that.
I get that. That's what they're going with right now.
Yeah.
No, but Jonathan sent me this picture of Kirby and his.
You gotta go back first because you sent me the picture of Kirby's feet. He's like, go look up Kirby's feet. I'm like, all right, I can't unsee that. So I send this motherfucker a picture of it's got Kirby's feet, but it's also got a giant pink dick hanging from it.
This son.
I think, you deserve that one.
Yeah.
I mean, when I looked at it, I was like, oh God, hurt me a little bit, sir.
It's like rolled out a little bit.
Oh shit! All right.
All right.
Monster Hunter Iceborne expansion. It's a massive expansion, massive 40 or I think it's either $40 or $60. Intern, correct me. It's coming out September 6th. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan, but this is Capcom's biggest seller right now. It is their most selling of all time. Is Monster Hunter World. It's a great game. I can't play it. It's not something I'm into.
I tried, in fact, and I couldn't get into it.
A little bit. I can't do the whole. I even tried Dauntless, the new free to play one. I can't do the whole hunting. The whole hunting RPG is what they're calling it, whatever. I can't do those. It's not my thing. I believe it's $40. I could be wrong. They have also announced Aloy is going to be in it from Horizon Zero Dawn.
If you buy the standalone, it's $40. If you buy it with the game, it's $60.
Attaboy,
Nice.
Good job. Proud of you, buddy.
Man, you're not gonna get a single slap this week.
I'm so
You know what? I'm gonna give you some Shooter McGavin guns.
we give us Shooter McGavin. There we go. We may actually let you eat with us this week. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Instead of sitting at the kids' table.
No, you can't. I was saying that because of what Infinity Ward's been, or not Infinity Ward, but Treyarch's been doing to there. Did you read about that? We talked about it a couple weeks back, but what Treyarch was doing to their to their not their employees, but their contractors. Making their contractors sit in a hot ass 120-degree room, especially when they were testing, and if they had a pizza party for the developers or for anybody, the contractors would have to wait for them to eat, and then they were allowed to get the scraps. And then also when they were working later than the normal developers, they were staying, and the lights and also the AC would just shut off in the middle of them working because Treyarch was trying to save money. So they would shut the AC, working in like a 120-degree room.
That's shit conditions, man.
The funny thing is, and I worked at some companies that they treated their contractors like shit, and it was really sad because I didn't really think that was still like travel also with the game industry. I mean, me as a contractor for EA, they treated me a lot better the second time around. They invited me to all their events as well. They gave me the same kind of discounts that employees would get and stuff. Not when it came to the gift shop, not to to other stuff. But I mean, I think that some people, I think that some companies, I mean, I get like Treyarch just trying to save money and be greedy, but definitely, if you're gonna get contractors, I mean, it's gonna be a stigma after a while, like we EA had, and it's gonna be a hard time getting good developers. So,
Yeah, that's the whole story behind that insert thing. That's why we make fun of them. So let's move on. We're running kind of long on this. So the Cycle, which is made by Jaeger is the developer, and Jaeger is also self-publishing now. They started this new brand which has been out for a long time, the PvPvE competitive quest shooter. I played the alpha of this in June on the Epic Game Store. It was confusing and I couldn't get into it. It didn't have a lot of instruction.
I've been playing it recently.
Jonathan played a little bit recently. I couldn't get into it. It wasn't a thing for me. It was it was fun. It was good. It was good graphical. It had the Fortnite epic graphics type area. You could tell the arcade stuff, but it wasn't just. I couldn't get into it.
I played several rounds. Like the startup is kind of buggy. I mean, it is early access and stuff, so whatever. But matchmaking is really slow. Probably because there's not really a lot of people playing it, or I'm not sure if it's just slow because of the game or if it's people are playing it. But the game was fun. It's just kind of like you said, it's kind of ambiguous. It's not really like, oh, go do this. You have a list of quest options that you have to do, and you go mine. You have to shoot. It's kind of basic.
But you're also doing you're also, along with doing the PvE thing, I can team, like if all four of us hopped into a game singly, I could team up with you four, and then we would be against everybody on the map. It's a very weird function. If you look stuff up about it, I mean, it's definitely worth a look. It's worth a try because it's free to play. I just don't know if I'll
They
play
mentioned
anymore.
like you can play solos and play with other players, and you don't know if you can trust them or not. You can't trust a single fucking player in there. Everybody's just, as soon as they see you, pop, 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 pop.
Yeah, they're out on their own. I mean, my very first game, I had a guy come up to me and team up with me, but after that, that's why I got away from it. So that's out in early access right now. They show more Borderlands 3. That of course be out September 13th. Really, really excited for that. I think I'm pretty much. Am I the only one that's excited for this? Adam, you don't really care about it, and neither do you.
Never really been into Borderlands.
I beat the first Borderlands, never played the second one, never played the prequel, but I definitely think I'll try 3.
The three looks like a blast. If it wasn't for Randy Pitchford, I don't hope Randy Pitchford hasn't done a lot to the selling of this game.
Was there like a lot of sarcasm going on during that thing?
Because sarcasm with Borderlands.
Well, they kept like the first thing I noticed is that the Meridians, they look a lot like the Halo Guardians, and he even makes like a sarcastic joke. There's going to be a Guardian rank. So.
Well, the Guardian thing's been in Borderlands for a while.
Right, I understand that.
It's been in Borderlands for a while. I mean, it's been.
What
in
I'm
there
trying to
before.
ask is there a controversy going on because of that? Like, do people talk shit about it?
No,
I mean, like he was dropping little.
People talk shit about Borderlands because of Randy Pitchford. I mean, Randy Pitchford's the CEO of Gearbox, and he just does a bunch of dumb shit. I mean, I don't know if Erick, do you know everything behind Randy Pitchford?
No.
You don't know anything that happened with him. Well, he left the USB drive at a party he was at, and that had a bunch of child pornography on it. And then so he was on trial for that, and he's been on so when they announced Borderlands 3 at PAX and done all this good stuff, he's been on the stage every time doing magic tricks and doing a bunch of dumb shit. He blamed the crews of PAX for their trailers messing up and a bunch of dumb shit. And we talked about it actually on the show one time. If I was Take-Two, I would look at that and be like, what the fuck? We got to get this guy away from our game because, I mean, I
remember the trailer messing up and everything.
Yeah. I mean, but before that was when the whole controversy of him losing that USB drive, when that shit being on there. So it was just, I hope he hasn't done a lot in this game because I think it looks great just for the developer's sake because I know they've worked 7 years on this game and I can't wait to play.
By the way, who keeps their porn on them? On a USB drive.
Oh, it's like keeping your switches. You got to be on the go.
You gotta watch it.
All right, I need my fix right now. Hold on.
Adam's got his titties right there on his.
Keep my titties with me.
I have them by cup size.
Oh. we talked about switching. Moving to Disintegration. This is a brand new IP by V1 Interactive, published by Private Division. Private Division is 2K's indie developer.
Nice.
They got a 2020 release for this. Looks like a Destiny clone with Halo. Actually, the lead designer of this was one of the co-creators of Master Chief and Halo. So it looks fun. It's tactical. You're on this like hover bike type.
Called a crap cycle.
There you go, Rap Cycle. Thank you. And it's very tactical. Like you send your team and do things, and this is right up my alley because I've been into these tactical games recently, which we'll talk about more when I talk about what I'm playing. And it looks like a blast, honestly. I mean, like I said, when I say Destiny clone, I mean it looks like Destiny mixed with Halo. It's exactly what it looks like, and it looks like a blast. If you haven't looked at the trailer, definitely go check it out.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. Looks pretty good.
It looks funny too, like the end clip where the girl's just standing there, like, "Oh, you're there riding your fixing on your robot or your cycle again, huh?"
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, Eric, I'm gonna do something real quick. There's a game that me and you got Steam right there where you can pull it up.
Me?
Armel?
I don't have Steam on right now. No, I think because I've been reformatting my computer like crazy. I think I only have Battle.net.
When you get a chance, go look up a game called Subverse. Subverse is a game that, and if you would like to join us with this and have an episode about it, I am perfectly fine. Subverse is a game that me and Jonathan are going to play when it comes out. It is, and hear me out.
Okay.
It's an erotic RPG. It's basically it's Mass Effect with a lot of fucking sex in it. Like, I'm not playing. Like, just read. I'm not playing. If you get a chance, go on Steam's website or something without having to download it, and just look up the Subverse, or go to the website. Go to the website for Subverse and just look up just read the shit that's on there. We're gonna be playing that. That'll probably be
watch a trailer for it because it feels like the game's probably going to have malware built into it.
Oh, dude!
It was. I think they should have had a Kickstarter for it too.
Yeah. Like it. I mean, of course, you got a bunch of freaking junkies in the world of that love porn. So virtual porn.
So it seems like it's a space game or something.
Yeah, it's like a Mass Effect RPG with like
all just straight up just banging.
You're just like banging everything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, traveling the planet. I mean, it's like No Man's Sky. You travel to a different planet. It's like you see a creature. It's like, I'm gonna do that.
Put it on Switch.
Put it on the Switch.
Put it on Switch.
I like how on their website one of the sub options is hot sex.
Yeah, there you go. I'm telling you, Subverse, man. Jonathan found it.
It's the same category in Pornhub.
Except we're gonna. I promise you, when Subverse comes out, this will be a Pornhub like most looked up of the day.
I hope it's like one of those things, like a parody off of it or something.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Next one's Darksiders Genesis. This is by Airship Syndicate, published by THQ Nordic. Darksiders Genesis is a Diablo style with no loot. It's has all the Darksiders characters in it, so all of your Four Horsemen. And it's coming to everything: PS4, PS1, or PS1, Xbox One, Switch, and also PC. And it's gonna be it looked like a blast. I love Diablo style games. I remember those from back in my days of me. I was playing Diablo 2 all the time, and it was fun times, man. So that looks like a blast. And the
before you jump into the next one, let's talk about Guilt because that's gonna be short.
Guilt is a game developed by Tequila Works. It's going to be a Stadia exclusive. It's an action adventure game that has to do with this little girl. It has Alan Wake features in it of have flashlight, and she's pretty much trying to kill her darkness, trying to kill her nightmares.
It's all based on like childhood fears and stuff like that. Like all the enemies, that's all it's based on. The boogeyman, whatever, all that crap.
It's something my 8-year-old could play because she has a lot of anxiety, and she might actually take something from it, which is cool. I love hearing that. I love when they do stuff like that in games.
I like seeing the elements of like Alien Isolation where you can like hide from your enemies, but then they've also got the flashlight gimmick, so that's pretty interesting. November 2019 is when it's coming out.
Yeah, that's a I believe that's a release title, or it might be. So moving on to that, so the man himself, Jeff Keighley, made him and his bromance with Mr. Hideo Kojima.
He was really peddling that shit, wasn't he?
Oh, they've got a massive bromance. I mean, if you didn't notice, that was Jeff Keighley's likeness in the game. I mean, Jeff Keighley's in the game.
He talked about that for several minutes.
He's just not his voice. So I don't know about you guys, but if there was a video game developer Mount Rushmore, Hideo would be on it for me. I mean, the man is. I mean, him and Miyamoto are like two of the number. There's nobody else I can think about at this very point. Might be Peter Molyneux as well, but I love.
My thing is, I guess that's weird because I always look at like John Carmack, but John Carmack's just like the developer for the engine, like Miyamoto did like a lot when it comes to just not just the programming behind it, but also a lot of the art direction and stuff like that, as well as the mechanics. For games it's very simplistic, like Mario, of course, when the original Mario came out and everything. So
let's talk about Death Stranding, guys. So once again, we go into this game. I'm thinking we might get. I'm not gonna lie. Before we start this, I got a little bit of information where I'm like, okay, I kind of understand what we're going with here, but I'm still massively confused.
Yeah.
So they now have a. So they tried to show Norman's Reedus, as I like to call it, because they tried
Norman's Reedus.
Norman's Reedus. Thank you.
Wow.
Yes. See what I did there?
Yeah.
So they have a peeing mechanic. So where they show you hear him unzip, you hear it start flowing, and then you see. And what I find more hilarious is that whoever was playing at the time tried to move the camera to where you could see his dick, and you just can't do it.
So he keeps turning himself. Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious to show that because people are going to try it. So I thought that was hilarious to see. But then you see a mushroom come up, and I guess he's from what Hideo was saying, you could use that later. So, and if 4 people or if more people were to pee on the same mushroom, so you're pissing in a circle at this point.
Yeah.
It creates like special shit and stronger items and stuff.
We can eat the piss mushroom, guys.
I better get high as shit when I do that.
You're just gonna grow a little bit bigger.
Yeah, you're just gonna grow a little bit.
Yeah.
This
fly around.
I'm still just as confused. I'm not gonna. I mean, I was happy when they showed the Guillermo del Toro part of it where he was talking about the BBs and everything, and I kind of understood more of the connection thing and what they were talking about because there was it's more a connection to the other side to
more like a life and death thing, and that's.
It's kind of cool to see that. I mean, but once again, we are talking about one of the greatest minds in game creation. I mean. You look at some of the stuff he's done, and this I can't wait. I'm actually I'm still excited for this. I was excited before I even knew what it was, just because the name Hideo Kojima was on it.
One of those
I was confused about him walking off the cliff or the little.
John,
also confused by that. But no, like in the trailer, the Norman Reedus just walking, then like camera facing him, and then he just falls off a cliff, and it was just one of those like.
I feel like this game.
He did that, really and he pulled out the BB and then tried to comfort it.
Yeah.
That I was like,
you have to see what they have. They have the with the motion controller now is where you're going to be. You have to shake the baby. You have to calm the baby down because if you don't calm,
just about to say that.
You have to. You have
what
to.
People are going to do.
You'll just shake the baby.
Yeah. Will the baby die if I shake it too hard?
Yeah, they're gonna get the baby. What's it called? What's called syndrome? Oh God, Jonathan, we lost you.
God damn it!
Oh, they just lost his video.
We lost his video. Oh, there he is. You're back. You're good, buddy. So yeah, they're gonna be shaking that Joker pretty hard. Like I said, I'll be walking into this not knowing. We walked into this freaking confused. I'm still confused, and it's okay because I'm still going to play it. It may not win any Game of the Years, but you know what? I'm just happy Kojima's out from under Konami. Yeah, and he don't have to deal with that bullshit anymore. You know what? I thought about something the other day, and hear me out. What if PlayStation? Or what if Sony, which this is something we get into, which we can go ahead and say it now. By the way, if nobody knew, Sony acquired Insomniac Games, which is about goddamn time. Spider-Man sold over 13.2 million copies at this point, and that's on one console.
Yeah, it's impressive because even then, like they made what was the game they made for the Xbox and PC?
That was
Overdrive.
Sunset Overdrive. Yeah. They're actually talking about that now and saying
that's a great game.
And seeing if they can possibly, they're not going to do anything with that license. That license is dead now. IP's dead. They've
Which
pretty
is
much
bullshit because it's a beautiful game and it's lots and lots of fun.
Talking about it all week. And the good thing is, I mean, somebody came out last week and said that Microsoft owns license to that single game, but Insomniac owns the license to the IP, so they can make another one. So it all depends on what they want to do. But I got a feeling Insomniac is going to just be a Spider-Man studio. And I mean, this is pretty much going ahead and saying that Spider-Man. There's John, we lost your video again. There's going to be a sequel to Spider-Man, possibly a third.
I want to see them bring Miles Morales as a playable character.
I would love that, and I would also love them to bring Gwen Stacy in, and bring Spider Gwen in and do Spider Gwen like kind of like a Spider Verse type thing. I would love them to do. Bring in Spider Ham. You know how many people would love to play as the first
Spider game? But I legit think they probably can go back. I would love for them to do a Resistance again.
I would love
that. All the man. I mean, that's one. Aggression and Clink they did like that game always looks beautiful. I think it really shows a testament to like how good like they can get a game to look close to like a CG cartoon. But I definitely want to see another Resistance game.
I would love to see another Resistance. Resistance was a wonderful series. But where I was going with that, but I just wanted to get that out of the way. Where I was going with that was I would love to see Sony buy Kojima Productions, have Kojima Productions as a first party studio, license out Metal Gear from Konami, give Metal Gear to Kojima Productions, and have Hideo have another Metal Gear through PlayStation.
Dude, you're asking a lot of shit.
No, it'll happen.
I'm not saying it can be done. Look, dude, you see Banjo-Kazooie like on Smash.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that if they play their cards right, they probably could do it. I think after a while, like Konami might be okay with it. But
hates Hideo.
I know they do, but it's not his fault. You know what I mean? He made a good game. He made a bunch of games. He made a bunch of good games for them, and they started treating him poorly. But they did the same thing with the Castlevania developer. He went off and made Bloodstain. So they treated all the developers pretty crappy after a while, and that's not like a smart thing to do.
That's just something I would love to. I mean, especially when you bring in that much money. That's just something I would love to see, man. Is them do that just to be like a ha 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 fuck you, Konami.
We'll see. I mean, it's something that's probably it might happen. It might happen years later.
It probably won't happen, but it's just something I would love to see as a fuck you Konami type thing.
But my thing is, Mike, I mean, a long time ago, probably even before Adam was born, like we didn't think Mario and Sonic would be
he just got here and he's already thrown that shit you under the bus.
I love it.
Yeah, well, you would never think you'll see Mario and Sonic in the same exact game, and here we are. We're seeing them in the same exact game now. So anything's possible.
By the way, Mario and Sonic Olympics 2020 is going to have 8-bit and 16-bit versions of themselves in that game, and it's freaking great. Go watch the trailer for it. It's fucking amazing. Yes,
I haven't seen the trailer.
Dude, it's amazing. So we talked about Sony acquiring Insomniac. Sony and Disney can't come to terms on Spider-Man, which if you follow me at all on Facebook, you will see that I posted something about what was going on and how Disney wanted to take a 50-50 take on a property that Sony owns, and a bunch of Sony. So how this works out, this has nothing to do with the games, by the way. This probably won't affect the games at all, but Sony owns the film rights to Spider-Man. And Disney, I fully agree with Sony standing up to Disney on this. There's no reason they own the rights, they own the property. There's no reason for Disney wanting to cut. Disney, you got enough money.
Disney's trying to bully the shit out of them.
You have enough money. You are becoming a monopoly at this point. You own Hulu. You own fucking Fox. You own everything. I mean, you're gonna have Disney Plus coming soon, which I can't wait for Disney Plus.
But, to be honest, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Disney, but I can't wait for it. But you have enough money now. I said this when Disney bought Marvel. They're going to ruin it eventually, because how this worked out with Fantastic Four and X-Men at the time when the movies were shitty was they stopped making everything. They stopped making comics. They stopped making toys. They stopped making everything for them. So I got a feeling Spider-Man's gonna get the same treatment because of how Sony's, like I said, I fully agree with Sony sticking up for themselves, but Disney's just going to ruin this. I got a feeling, and it kind of pisses me off.
I think the weird thing is I think that Disney might come back to the table because they see how angry fans are, and they actually roped Spider-Man to a lot of the, the Marvel's cinematic universe. So they definitely should.
They based it all around. They based a lot of the shit that happened in Endgame off of Peter Parker. So I mean, with how that goes, you can't just throw it away. You have to. I mean, they could easily just throw it away, but
Disney really has everything to lose in this scenario.
It does. I mean, Disney has, think of the two major properties in the world that you can think about: Marvel Comics and Star Wars. Disney has them, and plus on top of all their regular Disney shit. So I mean,
the monopoly is getting out of control.
It's out of control. But my weird thing is, at some point, what's going to eventually happen is because they're going to start they're gonna probably like kill like Netflix or whatever. They're just so jacking the price up like crazy, and they're never gonna break them up because they're gonna be a monopoly.
Going out Disney Plus. When you get Disney Plus, you also get ESPN Plus, and you also get Hulu.
Well,
You get
now
all.
I'm game with that. Yeah. Well, look, we'll buy Netflix. They got me already.
All that $12.99 price tag, and Netflix is what $12.99, $12.13, which I get it for free because I have T-Mobile. But you get it for $12.99 or $13.99 now for Netflix.
Yeah,
I think
it goes up for me because I got 4K. So when I want to watch crisp 4K movies and stuff, they charge me a lot more. So mine is supposed to. Yeah, they call. I think I'm
trying to watch that new Chappelle in 4K, huh?
I am. So I mean, I think mine goes up like $17 or whatever a month because of watching the 4K.
I'm kind of excited for that show.
Yeah, so at least they get exclusive like that. I'm like, I'm
for Chappelle. Shit.
Yeah. But the thing is, Disney's gonna have the content, So I mean, but I want them to work out the Spider-Man thing. But at the same time, I'm gonna get Disney Plus, and I'm gonna probably just because I cancel HBO as soon as like Game of Thrones was done. And I was like, when I was done, I was like, well, I waited like a couple of months, but I tried to give them a chance to try to go back and watch some shows. Some movies.
I'm gonna lie to you, Chernobyl was good if you haven't watched that. Chernobyl was good. The only thing I mean, you could tell a lot of that wasn't factual, but Chernobyl was good. I enjoyed Chernobyl.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, I think, because I thought it was going to be something else, and
well, it was just basically a story of how it happened. I mean,
yeah.
I thought it'd be something else too. I agree. I thought it was, and then but I really did. Me and my wife sat and watched it, and we loved it. I thought it was good. I mean, it was. I wish they would have more episodes, but it was good the way they did it.
Well, there's only so much you can do in like a 12-hour period or however long that fucking happens. So.
You get that itch, girl. I see you back there itching. You get that.
Yeah. You have the cat claw a little bit.
You feel that. Get that itch.
So
that's what
he's
cat
talking
walking
to me.
here too. So that's what you see, like looking down and stuff. Because my cat keeps walking in here every now and then.
So I see Adam's got a cat too. I'm surprised you see Adam's cat running up on his head. Matrix 4 is also happening with Keanu Reeves. So my first question for this is, who wanted this? Like who, because I
wanted this like 10 years ago.
Yeah, Keanu, you're the big guy now. You are the guy right now. I mean, you are the man of the year. If you don't get man of the year in GQ, I don't know who should. Keanu's the man right now. I just don't know who asked for this. I'll watch it and I'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it was a surprise, but I'm definitely a game because I guess like the way the 3 ended.
I don't think I ever seen the third one.
The third one was weird because I've seen it with my cousin Rashad, and we pretty much equated the final scene to Dragon Ball Z. So if you just want to watch the end fighting scene, that was pretty much like all I really cared about.
They go into a lot of things that confused a lot of people with the ending of how it's like a realm inside on decisions and all that bullshit. Yeah,
like sacrifice or whatever and stuff.
Yeah, everybody. That's a really dumbed down version of what I was saying is a really dumbed down version of what really happened. But yeah, that's exactly it. So I go back and watch it. Maybe
I'm gonna watch. I'll probably watch 1, 2, and 3, and then go watch 4 and see how it works. But anyway, that'll be coming out. People, I'm hoping they actually did. Lawrence Fishburne die in any of those? Do you remember, or can he be in?
No,
I don't think so.
Can he be in the fourth one?
I mean, like it's kind of technically.
I thought he died.
Neo technically died, so I think they could still kind of reboot the Matrix with those guys in there again.
Neo died in real life. He didn't die in the Matrix, though.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Adam.
Dun, dun, dun.
See, he looked it up. Well, that's why he got me.
It's his age. It's his
he dies.
Reality. Who? Lawrence Fishburne?
Yeah, he dies in the movie.
Oh, I thought he died in the game. Well, look, that counts.
I don't know.
That's canon. It's canon.
Yeah, it's canon. But
I don't know. It says something about he got shot by a fucking assassin or something like that and dies.
Okay.
It's not pulling up whether it's a video game or not.
I think it's about Wanted where you can curve bullets. That movie was. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Metro 2033 movie will be coming out in 2022. It's announced for a Russian release, so probably will not come to the West, but at least we will have subtitled, and I'm perfectly okay with that because I think that's how it should be watched.
It actually is a Russian, based off a Russian novel and everything, right? I
played all the games with Russian language and English subtitles because I feel like that's how you have to. Like it's there. Like Russian language is such a dirty language, kind of like German, to where when you're like, oh God, he's really feeling what he's saying right now. Like it's there, man, and I love
That's
it.
true.
It's
I guess because you see it in anime and you see it in Wolfenstein where you slicing a dude's throat with an axe.
yeah.
So
Dude.
it's all good stuff.
I hope this is really going to be a movie based on the book and not based on do a video game movie.
Well,
period.
Well, I mean, it is because Dmitry Glukovsky is doing it with them.
I mean, they did that with other video game movies too.
Yeah,
that came off books.
But this is America, and they always screw things up.
Yeah. Is it going to be filmed in America? Like, is it American company that's picking up?
No,
it's yeah, that's what I thought. It's a Russian company
from like Glascom Media or something, which is a Russian area. I mean, here's the thing, man. With Dmitry doing it, he's there. If Dmitry signs off on it, the fucking author signs off on it, I should be okay with it.
I think it should be good. Yeah,
it's the writer.
We'll have to wait and see if he actually signs off on it. To be honest with you, or if he's not getting paid to sign off on it.
Yes, he's already he signed papers. That's what they were saying. This story just came out. This story just came out 5 hours ago.
I know. But what I'm saying is he hasn't filmed it yet. So a lot of the times, what they do with these novelists and stuff like that is, as contracting with them or whatever, they're not really listening to their stuff, or they'll change things that's beyond the vision that changes the scope of the whole thing.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, but you can do that with like Tom Clancy, but I don't know. But like, but you can't do that with like like Game of Thrones or something. But they kind of did it with Game of Thrones essentially. But
near the end, they definitely did.
Yeah, I mean, because he didn't even write the last book,
Yeah.
But this right here, like I think the fact that we don't have American studios with their hands on it is going to make it pretty good.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I agree with that.
I mean, when you go look at something like we'll move on after this, but when you go look at something like the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series that was in Swedish, and that series was so good, and then it was brought over to the West. It was good in Swedish with subtitles, and it was good because it wasn't touched by American hands. And then you brought it over here to the West where it was touched by American hands, and the first two movies did shitty. So I mean, you look at something like that, and I'm perfectly fine with that being over there, and I can't wait to watch it.
Then again, like none of us has seen a Russian fucking film before, so we don't know how they do it either. So
I've seen Hostel.
You've seen what?
I've seen Hostel.
Oh, okay.
Hostel. Yeah, I mean, you've seen the Indian Bollywood movie, right? That's what.
What?
Indian Bollywood movie.
Yeah, that's my concern.
Well, India's not making it. Depends on which country's making it. Then that's what I look at it.
So Disney had their D23 Expo. The Mandalorian trailer was shown, which looks lovely, and I'm so excited for.
I dig it. Yeah.
They also announced Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, and an Obi-Wan Kenobi series coming to Disney Plus. And this makes me like, okay, yeah, I'll sign on dotted line. Let me just grab whatever you got there.
Let me get my money.
Yeah, you got. I mean, especially you had my money when they announced that Disney Plus and Hulu were coming out. I got 3 kids and I got 3 girls in this house. I got 3. Oh well, technically I have 4, but I have 3 little girls in this house. Technically, you had my money when you said Disney Plus. So I mean, you putting all your Disney movies on there? Oh yeah, you got me.
Yeah,
them kids gonna watch that all day.
That'd be good, right? You just hear Frozen in the background while you.
Yeah, I hear. No, Frozen's not. Well, it used to be in this house. It's mostly Moana nowadays. But
nice.
I hear a lot of Moana, but my wife hates the soundtrack, so I sing a lot of it.
So my question was is all the Marvel stuff, is it going to be part of the MCU? Because I know the Netflix Marvel stuff kind of connects, but.
No, Netflix Marvel stuff doesn't really connect at all. I mean, it does to an extent, but not really. Supposedly no, but I believe it will. Because
to that extent, basically just because it's got the Marvel name?
I would think so, yes.
The Netflix references stuff that happens in the MCU.
It does.
But the MCU doesn't reference Netflix.
Correct. I'm happy with the Miss Marvel announcement because they needed another teenage superhero. With Spider-Man, with this stuff happening with Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is just always overused, the Miss Marvel is wonderful. If for one thing, it's another racial character, which is lovely, that people love to see.
What's going on? I missed this completely. Was she Mexican or something?
Not racial. Not what I mean. I mean, she's. I don't know what race she is. I believe she's like. I believe she's Indian or Pakistani. I believe.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I don't care.
Intern can do that. Well, I'm saying that's cool for a lot of people. A lot of people like to see that.
A lot of people love that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people like to see diversity. Miss Marvel gives me Miss the comics are wonderful, and I played her a lot in
Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Ultimate Alliance 3, yeah. And it's just good to see a new teenage superhero. She-Hulk's needed a show or a movie for a long time.
Yeah.
If they don't hire Keanu Reeves for Moon Knight, then I'm going to probably sue them because Keanu Reeves he should definitely have that Moon Knight. I mean,
she is American Muslim.
American Muslim. Thank you. Moon Knight would be perfect for Keanu. And Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ewan McGregor is back.
God, I was so excited about that.
I don't know if y'all seen this. I meant to add this in there and I forgot, but a Darth Maul series is also coming to Disney Plus.
Yep.
Nice.
Just going
Even
to be
better.
Even better. Yes. Even more. Take my money.
Yeah, I mean, so that's what I'm saying. They got a good thing going, so I can't hate Disney for pulling that off.
Yeah.
All right, so
takeover bullshit. It's just
they are. I mean, they're fully taken over, but I have to get this. This is like a dumb no-brainer. That I mean, if you're a nerd,
really
love stuff, this is a no-brainer. You have to grab this.
I think that DC does horrible, by the way, because I know they have their own channel as well.
There's nothing DC like. The only thing that's worth it on there is Titans, and I've heard Doom Patrol is pretty good, but Titans is the only one. Titans season 2 is coming out, I believe, next month. But that's it. That's
is
all.
That worth the watch? Because I have not.
I've been told by multiple people that it's worth the watch.
Yeah, so Doom Patrol is good. I mean, I watched a couple of episodes of that, and I actually have one of my comedian friends that was one of the extras, in a couple of the episodes. So that was kind of cool. But
I've heard multiple things about Titans. The only thing I was not cool with was how they did Starfire.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, a lot of people were mad because she's a black chick, but I mean, I'm perfectly fine with having a black chick as the actress, but you gotta give it the orange skin color. You have to. I mean, that's just how Starfire is. That's
they
how
didn't do that. So
yeah, they didn't.
That's kind of a weird thing.
But I mean, I understand you have to do it with live action. It's live action. You have to do. I mean, what do we expect from a live action? You have to at this point.
Yeah, it's gonna pop up forever to just paint it orange, right?
They're like, you look at the blue dude who was in Watchmen. Was in Watchmen. Gamora, exactly. It's another one. You look at the dude that was in Watchmen that we seen some blue dick walking around. I mean, that dude. They said that dude was in makeup for freaking like 10 or 12 hours before he even went on.
Yeah, damn. And just for that, they had to paint the dick too. Yeah, that was a juicy dick, so that added a couple of hours. So I understand. I understand. Like Gamora, yes.
It's like to have a juicy dick. Like
it caught me off guard because you just see him just talking normal and his dick swinging all over the place. I'm like, okay, some intergalactical penis floating around, son.
How do my eyes not go to this intergalactical penis?
How could I not?
You can't stop looking at it.
Yeah, even the girl I was watching was like, look.
Why don't you have that dick?
Yeah.
Why does your dick not look like that? Why is it not blue?
Why is my dick not blue? Because it hasn't been 3 hours.
It needs the fucking sparkle too.
It's technically my balls are blue right now, but not my dick. So Thursday, Bungie released Destiny Cross Save, which if you guys didn't know, this is going to be you will have now since Bungie being the only company to ever get out of not one but 2 major contracts, which is so lovely to see. Bungie has this shit down pat now. They've got out of Xbox or got out of Microsoft, and then now they've gotten away from Activision.
Nice. I forgot about that. I didn't know. Did Activision acquire them?
They did not acquire them. They had them signed on for doing Destiny, and then they got out of the contract. They have now left two major publishing companies now, and they have gotten out of not like left. They have gotten out of both contracts. They're like they're pretty much like freedom now. They got financial freedom now, pretty much. Yeah. Now they've basically turned Destiny into an MMO, from what they're saying. But now it's going to be a cross-save function to where you'll have a Bungie.net account and you will tie all of your Xbox, PS4, and PC accounts to this. And I'm pretty sure Bungie's releasing a launcher for Destiny because it's being taken off of Battle.net soon. So you'll be able to move what platform you want to play on. And then also PUBG is going to be having cross-play coming soon to Xbox One and PS4, no PC, just PS4 and Xbox One.
And I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that because it's keyboard and mouse fucking players, shitty ass people. Kick my ass every day on Apex.
Aimbot.
The last one I want to talk about kind of hits me kind of hard. I've been with this since I was younger, actually, since of meeting your wonderful cousin Rashad over at Rhino Games back in the day, which is now GameStop. When GameStop made Game Informer when I was younger, Game Informer was big. I always waited on Game Informer to come before I started really using the internet. come in. This week, GameStop did about 120 people layoffs, which makes sense. GameStop's losing money. GameStop's going to start dropping stores. They're going to start losing stores. They have like 4,000 or 5,000 stores at this point. And they need to start because the used game market is going out. A lot of people like physical copies, but digital sales are just going up and up and up and up and up, and they're on the rise. This week,
especially with these companies going towards cloud.
Correct.
Yeah.
So cloud will eventually kill off.
Here's the weird thing about it: the next generation console is still going to have, there's like Blu-ray drives and stuff. So you can still, but the game is going to get so big with all the like 4K content and stuff. So
that's what I'm saying with people saying GameStop's going to be done in the next year or two. No, GameStop still has about 4 or 5 years under them, because the Xbox and the Scarlet and PS5 is going to be there. They needed that. Like if they didn't have that coming out next year, GameStop probably would drop in the next year or two. But with that coming out, that will probably save them for a couple of years.
Yeah.
I was talking to a friend.
Console sales. Yeah. Go ahead.
I call him Lolo, but my friend that works at GameStop, we had a long conversation about this recently. And basically what they're sending down is what their numbers are actually coming back up. And what they're blaming it on is they haven't had a CEO in a few years now or something like that. And so that's when the numbers started dropping. I'm like, CEO doesn't really take away from the used game market. I mean, really, it's kind of going in decline. But that's
say whatever they want to, but
I mean, it sounds like propaganda being posted.
It does
for their staff,
The digital market is rising and rising and rising and rising and rising. That's probably what they told like you said, that's probably what they told their employees. But that sounds like a PR.
They're making big shifts too.
That sounds like a PR thing. Yeah, they've just fired a bunch of like store managers and general managers, stuff like that.
No. They're making they're redesigning all the GameStops. So now there's going to be like game monitors on the walls and stuff where game trailers are constantly rolling and all sorts of different stuff.
Because
they do that kind of now,
yeah, but it's going to be in a different way. It's going to be where game trailer you can actually get on there and play. It's going to be more of people can come in and play all these things, and it's going to be taking a lot of the games off the shelves.
So I heard it's supposed to be like 60% games, 40%.
It's going to be like 50%.
They're changing their business model, and that's what
they've closed all the ThinkGeek stores, and they're moving all ThinkGeek into the GameStop stores now. I know that. I remember reading about that, and where this hit me at was they in those 120 layoffs, 7 of them were Game Informer has like a 31 person editorial team or 32 person editorial team.
Yeah.
7 of these people were laid off. A couple of them were some of my favorite people because I hear them on a podcast every week that I listen to. And it sucks because if you don't know where Game Informer is in the dead ass cold of Minnesota, which there's not a lot of game anything up there. You don't have a lot of, so these guys that are in, there was one guy and his name's Imran Khan. He was in San Francisco working for Game Informer, but he got a job the following day. Because out there in California, that's big, and so that's where they're at. But up there in Minnesota, so you got 6 people that live in Minnesota that are now jobless right now because of this. Now you can freelance, but
I think so. They can definitely freelance for a big site.
Like editorial staffs.
They
fired 7.
They had 19, now they have 7, so they fired half of their staff. They basically have, whatever that number is. I'm not good with math. I went to Armadale, but they they fired a lot. They laid off 7 people, and it was weird because one of the guys was at Gamescom and found out that he got canned at Gamescom.
Yeah, I think one guy was on vacation, right?
The guy was on vacation. He got laid off on vacation.
What's this news article? Why is my name in it?
It just hits, man, and it sucks for those people because those people that actually live in Minnesota, man. There's nowhere. I mean, you can move to New York or whatever and go, but you have to move. You have to uproot your whole life and move to
your family. But the thing is, like I said, there's a lot of remote stuff. I mean, like the company I work for, we have one of our artists, graphic artists, works remote, and I very rarely see that person. So there's a lot of people. There's a project manager I work with that's remote. And I hate her guts, but I'm like, well, she come in the office so I can yell at her, but she doesn't. So she's remote. She's like in Virginia or something. So I think that they could do something remote if it comes down to it.
Well, yeah, and see that'd be cool. I hope. I mean, like I said, one of the guys, Imran Khan, got he's working for Kind of Funny Games, and now he's on a podcast that I'll hear every day. You know, it just, like I said, it sucks for, and what happened. It sucked because it happened Wednesday night. Thursday, the Game Informer podcast normally comes out. They still had a podcast that day, and you could tell there was a change. Like you could, Andy McNamara, which is the editor in chief there, he released a massive statement on it, and you could just tell, like on the podcast, he's about to cry. Like it just hurt. It hurt, man. It hurts when you see people like that. It hurts when you see layoffs.
It's weird because these CEOs or whatever, they always do these. Oh, I don't know. They don't have a CEO there, but somebody figured they just do a cut across the board, across everything, and not think about how much it could actually hurt. You know, like the magazine, for example, they're going to put more stress on the other people that's working there. I should have tanked the magazine pretty poorly. Because
I think it has a lot to do with the magazines going out of style because magazines are going away. I mean, Game Informer just recently changed their whole .com, and it's wonderful now. Like you can go get your news and everything, but they're going to go more digital, I believe. Like it's. Yeah. Like why not?
Game Informer was the 4th largest magazine in the United States.
Correct. The only one I've been reading in Game Magazine forever. Mainly because it's free.
You think about the Game Informer, Time, GQ, PC Gamer. Those are the only 5 magazines I can tell you right now, besides tabloids. And I can tell you that magazines, now with the digital future, magazines are going out of style.
Yeah, I can get that right there.
Period.
Yeah, it's instantaneous. When it comes to the internet, when it comes to E3 or something, and I mean back in the day, they will get like a game like a month before release or something, like, and that's the build they'd be playing before the game come out. There's a lot of weirdness that went into like working for a magazine compared to now just getting a code from the eShop,
right,
and just playing the game. So
and they could easily just turn it into an IGN, and they didn't, and that's sad.
I mean, they could, but IGN's owned by a major company, and I mean they're owned by the same people that own CBS, which I believe is I forget who that is, starts with a K. But Game Informer is actually owned by a major company too. I guess they're owned by GameStop.
Right, but if they just go straight to an online platform, they can easily, it's going to come up in a fucking Google search.
It just sucks that you had to see people lose their jobs over this when it could have, especially good writers, good journalists.
Yeah. And that's what's going to happen. I mean, those good journalists and writers. Go ahead.
You had a guy named Serial Vasquez who lost his job, and Serial's like a fighting game expert. So he would go to Evo. I don't go to Evo. But I like hearing about it. I can't play fighting games, but I love watching fighting. I love watching Evo, and hearing him report on Evo or report in the Pokemon World Championship or whatever was cool because I felt like I was there with pictures and stuff that they did. I know that sounds corny, but that's just how it is. That's what an article's supposed to do. It's supposed to pull you in, and their articles just pulled me in, and it just kind of sucks.
It's just like Eric said, the CEOs, they go, all right, we need to cut money straight across the board, and all these constituents and things like that, their assholes pucker up like this, and they just start cutting without really
thinking of the consequences behind it. Yeah. So and definitely like with GameStop trying to change direction, and with I guess even when Game Informer is trying to change direction and stuff like that, like John said, they might have to go towards the web. I mean, they're gonna have to definitely do something different. And I mean, I got a Game Informer that came in the mail just a couple of days ago, and I have a couple of them stacked up at my desk, and I very rarely read them. I might read them every now and then, but I mean, I've definitely had a digital copy like on an iPad or something.
That I used to read that's how I get mine now, is digital. Yeah. So Jonathan's got to take off. Let's go into our news session. Jonathan's got to take off here soon.
I'll stay. That's fine.
Okay. I know you say you got to be there like an hour, right?
It'll be.
You sure? Okay. All right. Let's go into a quick topic discussion. This week I want to talk about exclusivity among platforms. The reason I bring this up to you, gentlemen, is because there's a big issue with the toxicity of course the wonderful place we call the internet, and how people are treated, especially developers, with going to the Epic Game Store. If nobody knew, Steam, when you release a game on Steam, they take 30% of a cut of whatever's sold. So if you sell your game for $1, you get 70 cents out of it. With the Epic Game Store, Epic is trying to save developers, and Epic only takes a 18% cut, I believe. Intern, give me some lookup.
The cut is definitely a lot different.
It's like 12. I actually believe it's 12%. I actually believe you get 88% of the cut. And people are getting big hits on that because They don't have the things like they don't have a
It's
they don't have
88-12 split.
88-12 split. Thank you. They don't have they don't have the same features that Steam does. They don't have your achievements. They don't have your normal thing. They even have people say they don't have a friends list, but they do. They even let you incorporate your Steam friends that have an Epic Game Store. And if it doesn't get any better, if it doesn't get any worse, or whatever you want to call it, Epic Game Store gives you one free game every week. Like I've got like this week I got Fez. They just gave Alan Wake and For Honor not too long ago.
Oh, geez, what I'm doing? I got to go down again.
Dude, Epic Game Store gives you a game or two. I believe the next two games are what is it? Hold on, I can tell you right now because it's Fez right now, and it's just cool because they pay, and even though they're giving that away for free, they pay the developers a certain amount of money to where they can give that game away for free, and that's awesome, man. Like they're saving developers. This is helping with the games, man. It's lovely. I love what Epic's doing. Next August 29th to September 5th is Celeste and Inside that you'll be getting for free. So I want to talk about this because of the problems that we're having and seeing all the toxic people. A lot of people receiving death threats for releasing their game when they announce it and things of that nature. And I just want to say, fuck those people because. Yeah. I mean, exclusivity is everywhere. I mean, you look at Xbox, Gears, I hate to tell you, is an exclusive. Halo is an exclusive. You look at PlayStation, you got your Spider-Man, you got your God of War, you got your Horizon Zero Dawn. Then we go to Nintendo, you got all your Mario stuff, you got all your Zelda stuff. All that is exclusive to those platforms. So having a PC exclusive is not a problem. Do I hate exclusivity? Yes, I do. I don't really enjoy it. I believe everything should be everywhere, but
there's no reason for you to go out and start hating people for that bullshit, though.
Yeah. You know what? If you want to voice your opinion on it and say, hey, you know what? I don't like this, but I'm still going to get your game because I really want to play it. Or you know what? The bad part about it is most of these are timed exclusives, which means it's only going to be on there for a year. If you don't want to buy it on there, wait a year. It'll come to Steam. Yeah. You know? Yeah, and I see a lot of some of these people have an issue with like their currency is not you can't use your currency. Like if somebody lives, I think it's Saudi Arabia, I believe you can't use the Saudi Arabian currency in the Epic Game Store, so they can't buy the game. That is an understandable thing of why I would not like that. But cussing a developer out for that is no reason.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, but I mean, so the developer, what they're doing is they actually, like I think like Epic is coming to them and going like, look, if you be an exclusive, if you do an exclusive deal with us and everything, we'll pay you money for it. And it's just sometimes it's just a better option, it's just a better path to take it.
Dude, all four of us start a company today. We start making a game. We decide, hey, what's going to be better? Go to Steam. We're going to take all of us. They give us money. We sign a deal with them. We don't have to finance our houses to go do this, and they're going to give us enough safe money to where we can live and create our game in our own area and be enjoyable. That's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer business decision. Why would I not do that?
Yeah, and not only that right there. So Epic makes their money from like the gaming engine. So like when you buy a version of a game that's made with the Unreal Engine on like a game console, they take a cut of that. They take a cut of the sales. So they're making decent money with it. They're not, once again, it's like it's not about not being greedy. So, but the funny thing is, if you actually if you use the Unreal Engine and put your game on Epic Store, they waive that fee. They legit waive that fee.
That's cool. That's another cool thing that Epic does for their people.
Yeah. So they're doing all these good things and stuff. And I honestly look at that and go like, look, this is good. I mean, I can't get mad at for a developer just want to go that path.
It's wonderful for the game industry. That is wonderful for the game industry.
Yeah,
like it's crazy how it's so many toxic people. Just Steam is taking over everybody's life, and it's good. Honestly, I believe it's good that Steam has fucking competition for once.
And that's what I agree with too, because they definitely slacked. I mean, we never got like another Half-Life or nothing.
They're the only one. And I hate to say, you're probably never going to get another Half-Life unless they hit that you're getting a VR Half-Life, but that's about it.
Epic Game Store, some of the free games in the past, just for anybody wanting his Transistor was on, Limbo, Torchlight, Alan Wake. All these are free games that have come in the past, and the next one coming out is going to be Celeste and Inside. So.
Yep. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful lineup of games. And, I mean, two of them that I'm waiting on there is one of them we're going to talk about in a minute because it's a new release coming out this week. And the other one is a game called Manhunt. It's a freaking shark GTA, which is lovely. I can't wait for it.
Wait. they're coming out with Manhunt. Is that what you just said?
It's not Manhunt. It's Maneater. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Maneater. It's a shark GTA, which is freaking crazy and hilarious, and it looks great. I can't wait for it.
I legit, by the way, I just want to let you know, I legit went and just got fast. I downloaded it and got it, and I already beat Celeste, and I know that's coming out, I think, next week, and I'll be getting that too.
Yeah, Celeste is a wonderful game, dude. I love Celeste. It was
really good. Yeah, I got it. I played it when it was on the Xbox, but they've given some good. They got some good games coming out.
Great, man. Inside is one I haven't played, and now I get to play that. Like, why wouldn't you do this? Why? Why? It's smart to do. All this whole year, you're getting a game for free or 2 games for free. Like I said, I got Alan Wake and whatever for free. I can tell you, I downloaded Epic Game Store about 3 months ago, and I have about, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27 games that I've gotten from them.
Wow. Just without even paying for anything.
Oh, not even paying for anything. I mean, they have games like The Witness. Rhyme was on here. Thimbleweed Park. Slime Ranger came out, and the same day that Slime Ranger came out, they gave you Slime Ranger for free. Moonlighter, Mutant Year Zero. Oxenfree. Oxenfree is an amazing game. Yeah. Just different things like that. Like, why don't you? I understand people hate exclusivity, and that's fine. And you don't like your features, that's cool. They're going to add those features in eventually. They've already said that.
I just like how Steam came out and was like, oh yeah, we're gonna change our thing. So they changed their revenue back in October of 2018.
Yeah.
And once you make over $10 million, then they'll change it to a 75-25 split. Once you make over 50 million, then they'll change it to an 80-20.
Yeah, but see, the thing is that not any developer's gonna be able to pull that off, So they're gonna definitely take the Epic route.
And then have the 88-12.
Our indie game that we sell for $2, that's not going to make 50 million. It's not even going to make 10 million.
Well, I mean, there was that one game that he made a lot. What was it? The one with the dick and the asshole.
Flappy Bird.
Genital Jousting.
Genital Jousting
made a shitload because it was a funny game. But it was 99 cents, I think, is what it was.
Yeah.
And it was just funny, but oh god, I thought you were joking for a minute, and then you said dick and asshole, and I was like, oh, I know exactly what game that
is. We only played it for like
a free game on the Epic Store. Maybe Steam might start going with free games.
They might, but I think that's only for this year. I think because it's their first year up. I think that's
what they're doing it for. Yeah, but I mean, if they're doing it, look, I mean. And even then, if Major Nelson's on, it's like next up on Xbox Gold is genital jousting. Following this dick between some epic
genital jousting is now $6.99 on Steam.
Wow, really?
That's too much fun.
Hey, give me a see if you can find a MPD on how much genital jousting has sold. Adam, see if you can give me how many copies genital jousting has sold. I really just want to know for some reason. All right, so gentlemen, let's move on to new releases for this week. So how we'll do? Everybody looking at the show notes? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How we'll do this is we'll start with me, and then we'll go to Eric, and we'll go to Jonathan, and we'll go to Adam. Each person read a game that's coming out, what platform it's coming to, and what date it's coming to. So these are releases for this.
Going in order.
We're going in order. Yes. Okay. So I'll start. This week you're going to get Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey from PC. This it's going to come out on August 27th.
So we got interested. I'm up next.
Yes, you're up next.
So it's Arizona Sunshine: The Damned DLC for PC, VR, and PSVR. And that's going to be August 27th as well.
Then we've got The Bard's Tale 4 Director's Cut. It's going to be for PS4 and Xbox One, coming out August 27th.
Control for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, also on the 27th of August.
Thank you for being able to announce that.
Taste of Power for PC, August 27th.
Oh, okay. So then we're going to have the World of Warcraft Classic for PC, 27th as well, August 27th. I
really want to know who asked for that, but I know
a lot of nerds that they have old servers.
Yeah, I know. I've heard a lot of people are super excited about this.
It's weird how many people I've heard this say they can't wait for this. John Boy?
Wreckfest. I don't know what this is, but PS4, Xbox One is coming out August 27th.
Headspin for PlayStation. PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Switch on August 28th.
Monster Sanctuary for PC on August 28th.
And of course, we have Butsy, Paws of Fire for the Switch.
Ooh.
They still making those games?
That was.
I think you didn't read that one on purpose, Mike.
Oh.
So we got Heave Ho coming out on PC and the Switch August 29th.
Some of these game names.
Yeah. They just run out of names. There's not enough.
Just Cause 4, Danger Rising DLC for PlayStation, Xbox One, and the PC on August 29th.
You got Renzo Racer for the PC and PC VR on August 29th.
We have Astro Chain for the Switch. Oh, that's gonna be a good one.
I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play this one.
Yeah, August 30th for everything, and I'm definitely gonna get that probably day one as well.
Next, I can't wait for.
What I'm really excited, I'm so glad I get to say this one, is Blair Witch, PC and Xbox One, August 30th.
By the way, that's going to be a Game Pass title. That's going to be a Game Pass title.
Fuck yeah. Dude, man, that trailer they just did was creepy as shit, and it was beautiful.
I can't wait for it.
Mm-hmm.
The longest game title ever. The Dark Pictures Anthology, Man of Maiden. PC, PS4, Xbox One, coming out on August 30th.
It's Man of Medan, and I don't know what this game is about. Like, I looked it up, and they talked about it on Kind of Funny Games, and it looked interesting and sounded interesting, but I didn't know. So last one we got here for this week on August 30th is Remothered Tormented Fathers for the Switch. This was a horror game that came out that was actually pretty good from what I've heard.
It is.
So that'll end our new releases this week.
We'll go ahead and Adam. The longest running game title is a 65-word title released in Japan.
Okay.
Of course it's got to be Japan.
Okay.
Genital Jousting.
Yes.
As of mid-2018, this was like really the only thing I could find, it had sold 354,000 copies.
Jesus.
I mean, that's pretty good for a dick game.
Yeah.
Pretty good for a dick-ass game.
Yeah.
It's better than Grindr.
Yes.
You're so fucked up.
I know.
If you want those virtual experiences, a lot cheaper, I guess. You know,
we're gonna lose the LGBTQ community.
And it's safer as well if you want the.
We only have 3 listeners, so I doubt that one of them is LGBTQ. You never know. We have a 33% chance there. Let's go into games we're playing. So Eric, since you're the new guy here, let's go with your what are you playing right now, buddy?
Okay, so for me, honestly, I try to play a lot of cross-platform games with my comedian friends and stuff. So actually, Paladins was one of them, even though Paladins is kind of like a cheap version of Overwatch. And for me, I'm trying to finish up Final Fantasy X on the Switch. Yeah, and then of course I've been playing some Prey on the Xbox. So there's a lot of games I just like I stopped and then just like, okay, let me finish this game first. I want to finish Final Fantasy, and then I'm not gonna do any more RPGs. I'm just gonna start finishing some first-person shooter games and stuff. But mainly, I've been wanting to play some more Apex. I've been doing that for a while, and so I've been bouncing between like Apex and Paladins on my free time.
If you decide you want to play on PC, we're on PC, and you can always join us if you enjoy it. I've kind of switched over to PC playing Apex because it's just easier. Jonathan, you buddy?
As always, I'm playing Apex all the fucking time. We're also playing Gears Pop together.
Yes, we are.
I played so much. I played Cycle. I played all these little mini games and things like that. It's just hard to go over because I got that summer break.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Adam boy?
I've been playing GTA Online, getting really deep into that casino update, and oddly enough, Mega Man X.
Mega Man X is pretty fun.
Game.
That's the anniversary series?
No, the original that I emulated on the PlayStation.
I want the anniversary series so bad because I played Mega Man X through 6.
They had them on Game Pass a while back. I'm not sure they're still on there.
Yeah.
So I've been really into. I had a extra voucher on my Nintendo account, and I decided to get Fire Emblem Three Houses. And I'll tell you, I've grown a small addiction. This game, it's hard to put down, man. Like I stayed up last night till about 3 a.m. I said I was going to go to bed at 12 and see how good that worked out for me. It's so fun. Like I've been into these tactical games recently. Like I said, I've been playing Mutant Year Zero, and I was playing some Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. And Jesus, man, this Three Houses just hit me. Boy, I don't know, it hit me in a place where you could. It's a great game.
Yeah.
I, as a first-time Fire Emblem player, I would recommend it to anyone. I actually sent an email to the GameSpot After Dark podcast and asked them if this was something that a newcomer to the series could get into, and they said yes. So I was like, sweet, okay. So I got into it, and it's lovely. So anybody that's not really into the Fire Emblem series, first one, it's pretty damn good. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I definitely played it on the 3DS, and I just haven't got it on the Switch because I know how much of a time sink it's going to be.
Oh, yes.
And apparently, listening to you, I know that's going to be the case.
It's an 80-hour playthrough. I mean, it's definitely an 80 to 100-hour, possibly to 130-hour playthrough each in it. And there's 3 different houses, and they go into it's split. So, spoiler warning, it's split into 2 different parts. And the first part's always the same. The second part is where it changes with all 3 houses. So to be able to get all 3 stories, you have to play all 3 houses. But the good thing is that you can play a new game plus after your first one, and your new game plus you can switch a different house, which makes everything easier, obviously. So I'm playing on the non permadeath mode because it's my first one. So I was like, I don't really want to do all this, but next playthrough I'm gonna do a permadeath because it's easier that way, and it's how the game's meant to be played. But gentlemen, I think that's going to be it for us this week. And you guys have anything else that you would like to discuss?
No, I don't think so. The only thing I saw that I was interested in was the Modern Warfare Reimagined they're doing 100-player maps, and which is really cool.
Yeah,
in my opinion, they haven't done that in a long time.
Their alpha and beta is coming up soon, and so is Rainbow Six Breakpoint. Their beta is going to be coming up soon too. Those are going to be it's really fun. Y'all should really go and play those, especially that Modern Warfare. Well, I can't wait for that campaign. God, that campaign is going to be so good, but it's going to be touchy. People are going to hate it, and it's going to be so good if you've read anything on it.
Yeah.
Well, Eric, sir, we would like to thank you for finally
buddy, thanks.
catch up with us and coming on to the show.
Thanks, man. I mean, I'm glad because I'm always a busy person, so that's I'm glad it was like 8:00 in the morning, honestly.
I know you are. That's why it was good. That's why we were doing it on Sundays at 1. I was like, you already said you can't do that. And you already got something on Sundays, and I was like, we're doing it 8 in the morning on Saturdays now. He might be able to actually come. So, thanks for coming and joining us. It's always good to have you. We'd like to have you again if you'd like to join us. And
yeah, I would like that. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, mind.
No problem. Always, Adam, intern. Thank you. You gained less slaps this week. So,
yay!
Attaboy.
And 1 finger gun.
And technically gave him 2 finger guns there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. I gave him 1 before. Cool.
You gave him 2. So, so thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to find us on podcast services around the globe. Make sure to give us a like and a rating if you can. Also, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. You not believe that podcast, but /ADHD gamer and find us on Facebook.com/ADHD gamer on like I said, podcast services around the globe. So enjoy yourself, and we'll see y'all next time.
See you guys later, ADHD gamers.